Hello to you, and I hope you're feeling good. Well, I have an update on the Derraco PCPS primer. In the original video about this, part 1, I was trying to make it work with my short action customs Nexus press. And it was not designed for a press where the die actually moves down to the platform, as this press does, and why it makes it the best press out there. But this Derraco PCPS primer tool is designed for a regular stage press where you pull it and the ram comes up. So I bought one to see if I can get better results and not have it mounted sideways and cut down the primer feeder tube. So stick around and learn with me if this can stand up to the CPS primer doing it the right way. Alright, let's prove or not prove this. Alright, my friends, so here is the final test. Now, I've got the Derraco PCPS set up on this rock chucker press. And I've got the flat base installed in there like it's supposed to be, like a normal press. I've got my primal rights, prime wear gauge, which goes to the thousandths, and this little zeroing thing I made myself. We will zero out, and as you can see down here, we are 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to seat 10 without the bracket and 10 with the bracket. So I'm going to have to write them down as I do them, okay? And then we'll go to the computer and log them in and see what the differences are. Okay, I've got my piece of paper ready and pencil. And these are going to be, I'll call these without using the bracket. Now where these are going to come to, I don't know, because I had this set at like 6 thousandths seating depth, so that was with the bracket. So now that we're not using the bracket, these might come out 2 or something like that. Okay, I'm going to load a primer. I like that nice easy, and here we go. .0032. Two. To 8. Moving right along. 30. I sure do like the primer load lever. That's kind of easy. Of course, so is the CPS. $14. $3.8. Wait, that can't be right. Wow. 0.003. 0.0003, I mean. $13. See, this takes a while because this being 10,000ths, it really isn't the quick mover, but it gives you the results you want. Gotta hold it flat. There we go. Two. One more. $19. Okay, so we've got those 10 done. Let that slip over here. I'll get one for width, I'll call this with the bracket. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I gotta load some more primers. I just wanted to keep everything organized or I'll make a mistake. Alright, we're back. I loaded 10 more primers. Which means I can get that bin out of there. We'll be using this bin. And we're going to use our short action custom comparator head space gauge for 6BR. Put that in. Tighten her down. Load a primer. loosen it, push it out. $5,800. Yep. These are supposed to be around 6,000. $6,500. Did I load a primer? No. Come on, Dean. Hold her flat. $6,800. $6,200. $6,800. $7,000. $7,100. Wow, 5,800. 0.68. Five eight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's 10. So that's the finish of that. Now we're going to go to the part that I said. I'm going to screen record and write these in, and we'll see where we're at. So here we are, 0.0032. 0.0022, 0.0028, 0.0030, 0.0014, 0.0038, 0.0003, 0.0013, 0.0022 and 0.0019. Okay, so there they all are. So we have an average seeding depth of 2.2 thousandths or 22 10,000ths. Now the shortest one somehow was 3 10,000ths. The longest one was 38 10,000ths or 3.8 thousandths. And the difference between them in just 10 tests was 3.5 thousandths of an inch. That's just, no. You know me, that's not going to cut the cheese. So let's write that down here. Without, we have, what am I, all right, 0.0035. Okay, there's our without, 0.0035. Now, let's get to our with. So all I got to do is select all these and delete. And now we're ready, 0.0058. I don't know why the first one never moves down with the arrow. 0.0065. 0.0068, 0.0062, 0.0068, 0.0070, 0.0071. Oh, I missed that 700. Let me put that in there. 0.0071, 0.0058, 0.0068. That's an 18, not a 9. And then 0.0058. Okay, so here we had an average seeding depth of 6.5 thousandths or 65 10,000ths. Now the shortest one was 5.8 thousandths or 58 10,000ths. The longest one was 7.1 thousandths or 71 10,000ths, and the difference we have here is 0.0013, so that's 1.3 thousandths of an inch or 13 10,000ths. So let's write that down here. We have a difference of 0.0013. See if I can stick those both up there. So that's what we've got now. We've got a difference of 3.5 thousandths to 1.3 thousandths, which is much better. Alright, so I was trying to figure out the plus or minus. So the plus or minus for without, let me get the calculator out before I really screw it up again. So we've got 0.0035 divided by 2. That gives us a plus or minus of 0.00175 plus or minus. Alright, now let's see what we got a plus or minus on this. 0.0013 divided by 2 equals, holy, that's a small number. 0.00065. So here we've got a plus or minus of 1.75 thousandths. Here we've got a plus or minus of 6 10,000ths. 6.5 10,000ths. We don't even get into the thousandths. So you can see, yes, it is much, much better using the bracket for the Derraco PCPS. I will let you guys decide on that. But in the meantime, I have ordered all the threaded rod, nuts and bolts, plates, and stuff like that to start making these. And they're only going to cost $50. So all in all, my takeaway is this Derraco PCPS priming tool gets you much, much better results. Still not as good as the $680 CPS Primo Rights primer, but it's close enough for bench rest shooting and this and that. I don't think you're going to notice the difference. Of course, this is almost 2/1000ths of an inch without. Now, the top bench rest shooter, he will tell you that's no good. But with it, that is definitely good enough. So you guys that were thinking about buying a CPS primer tool, you might want to consider this one with the bracket. It's going to save you a whole lot of money. Alright, thank you very much. I'm sorry I had to have so many videos to get this done, but we are done and you see the results.